Hey there guys, and welcome to Cardiff Insiders on Film. I hope you're all doing good and had an absolutely amazing Easter break and aren't too stressed out about the coming weeks in regards to assessments and exams. I haven't been around for a while because I've had lots of third year stuff going on, but the most important thing is that I'm here right now ready to talk to you about 8 things I wish I'd done more of at university. Given that I graduate in, or at least finish university in about a month, which is massively scary. Number 1 on the list of things that I should have done more of whilst at university is get involved with the Give It a Go Society a little bit more. If you don't already know, they are a society that hold events and trips throughout the academic year. So for example, they went to Amsterdam earlier this year, they've held several bubble football events in the Great Hall. And all of these events have sounded really good and really fun, but I've always made an excuse not to go for whatever reason. But people who have gone have always come back and told me what a great time they've had. So if I was a first year or a second year student again, I would make a resolution to get involved with that society a little bit more the following year. Because when you graduate, let's be honest, it's going to be a little bit harder to play football or go to Amsterdam for a weekend. Throughout first and second year, I really enjoyed all the events and socials that my society put on. But at the end of second year, I made the excuse that I'd be far too busy with third year to deal with the extra pressures that a committee position would hold. And in hindsight, that wasn't a great call, because I think I would have really loved to get involved in that society and make a bigger impact on the decisions that it makes. I'm lucky in that obviously I've got a lot of friends on that core society, so I've still been able to sort of talk to them and feel a little bit involved in that way. But I feel like getting a society position would have been a good individual thing as well as a good CV thing. So I would highly recommend it, especially if you're a second year going into third year. Get on a society and make an impact. So although I've lived in the city for 3 years, all I really know is Cathays, the town centre and the bay, and I think that's appalling. Because Wales, especially the south of Wales, has so much on offer that I just haven't seen. So for example, Penny Fan, I'd really like to walk up it, but I just haven't managed to fit it in. I'm not sure whether that's just because I've spent too much time in bed over weekends or whatever. But if you're a student with a lot of time left at uni, make sure you do it, or even if it's not Penny Fan, make sure you just explore a little bit out. So Penarth, who's been to Penarth? Penarth's a great place, but I've only been there once. And what? As it stands, I've only ever seen 3 musical artists in the union, and that's Nina Nesbitt, Professor Green and Zane Lowe. Professor Green and Nina Nesbitt, I saw them during the annual Freshers' Ball 2013 on the same night, and Zane Lowe I saw during another Freshers' Night. But considering that everyone that's been back there since, I think it's terrible I haven't been back there myself to watch them. So I know that Jessica Lynn's been in there, Block Party have been in there, and coming up, you've got Newton Faulkner on the 10th of April, Issues on the 24th of May, the Maccabees 13th of July. Personally, I'm not a massive fan of any of those, so I wish I'd gone when Block Party were in there or something. I'm not sure why I didn't. I wish I'd gone to an AGM. I haven't actually been to one in my entire time at Cardiff University, and I think that that's quite bad for somebody who always speaks about the positive aspects of democracy. That said, I have been involved on social media, and I have watched it live on YouTube via the services provided by Cardiff Student Media, but I feel like I've missed out on an experience by not actually being there and going to one, because everyone that I've experienced online has provoked some really good debate and discussion, and things have actually seemed to come out of them. So I feel like even if I'd just gone to one, it would have been a good experience to have. They offer so much, such as the Certificate of Professional Development, and they offer externally accredited courses such as Health and Safety in the Workplace, Emergency First Aid, and all of these things are really good for your personal development and for your CV and your future career prospects, and also heavily subsidised, given that you're a Cardiff University student. When you leave university, if you want all these certifications or accreditations, then you're likely going to have to pay a lot more for them. So make use of the Skills Development Service whilst you can. This might seem like a bit of a ridiculous one to a lot of you, but I wish I'd gone on more impromptu nights out during first year. Inevitably, when you get to second and third years, your friends have more responsibilities and are therefore less likely to be able to drop everything at a moment's notice to head to the union with you on a Wednesday night. Therefore, I wish I'd taken more advantage of the fact that people had relatively little stress during first year and suggested more impromptu nights out, which weren't planned but always ended up being great. Now, depending on your perspective, this might seem like a ridiculous one too, but I wish I'd eaten more club sandwiches from the TAF. Do I really need to say any more than that? I've eaten about 3 this year, which is poor by my standards, but they're just the perfect meal. You get your club sandwich with your barbecue chicken, your cheese, your lettuce, your salad, your fries, a side of onion rings potentially if you're feeling really, really wild. But it's just the perfect meal. Filling, really, really unhealthy, but cheap as well. You know, what more could you want for a student meal? So that's me done for another episode of Cardiff Insiders on Film. If you're graduating this year and you wish you'd done more of a certain thing during your time at university, then please leave them in the comments below. If you're a first year or a second year, then take my comments on board and make sure you make the most of your remaining time at university, because it all goes round much, much faster than you think. As usual, any questions, any queries, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me on Twitter or through the comments on here. And best of luck with exams and coursework. I'm sure you'll all do fine. See you later.